Welcome back, everybody. We're on part 4 of episode 110. And since this is a prediction of a pay-per-view part, we usually do the monthly mailbag before that. So that's our special feature for the week. We're going to answer all those questions that you guys had sent in. 4 questions from 2 people, 2 regulars that we usually have that send them in, Andre Rosa and Awesome Piano Man. First question from Andre Rosa. If you were to make a WWE football game, which superstars would you have playing each position? Now, let me preface my answer by saying I don't know shit about football. I know more about football than I do pretty much all the other sports, unless except for baseball, because baseball's the easiest thing in the world. But I am not somebody who follows football. I don't know, strategies and all that other kind of stuff. I don't even know. I can't even tell you the actual positions. So not only would I be a horrible coach where they would fire me immediately from whatever I'm doing because they would be like, Tony doesn't know what the fuck. We're not even the offense on this part right now. We're the defense. I clearly wouldn't know who to put where, but I'm gonna go with some pretty decent answers from what I can think of at the very least. John Cena as a quarterback makes sense to me. All those big heavy sections, the guards, tackles, all that stuff. You put that with the Rybacks, the Big Shows, Titus O'Neil, Mark Henry, because they could kill you. And somebody like a Dolph Ziggler, he could be a wide receiver. I could see him, flopping around like an idiot catching a pass and bolting down the yard line and everything. But I am probably one of the last people that you should ask to figure out a football team. Drew, you do know football, so who do you think? Who would you put where?
Well, I think you hit it spot on where you put all the big men on like the offensive and defensive line. I'm trying to think. I only know this. I know Biggie Langston played football, but I don't know if anyone else played football at all.
Oh, Big E. I forgot about Big E.
Yeah, Big E would be like, especially now because he's like a body lifter. Like I would run away from him if he was like chasing after me. So, but you know who the kicker and punter would be, right?
What, Randy Orton?
Yeah. Yes.
That's perfect.
You got your John Cena's at the quarterback. I highly doubt he could throw a ball, but you always have your head honcho at the QB.
He's got that football elbow.
Oh yeah. Your running backs are usually your small, quick guys. Oh shit, who's fast?
Kofi,
yeah, you have like your Kofi Kingston, maybe a Cody Rhodes, maybe a Rey Mysterio who comes in for one play and just gets destroyed and it gets concussion or something.
His legs just break apart.
Yeah, and then you have like your Brock Lesnar who only appear like once every like 4 games or something like that because of their contracts, So you pretty got it head on like for like position wise for the most part, And you just have your hard hitters. Oh, and you have to have Roman Reigns on the defensive line because of his spear.
Nice, that's a good one. Yeah. Any people you would put anywhere, Sean?
I'm gonna go with the football in my country, so I'm gonna go with soccer.
Yes.
In goals, we will have Antonio Cesaro. As right back, we will have Christian. The 2 centre backs will be CM Punk and Cody Rhodes.
Wouldn't have
Left
right back as right back?
Oh god, no. He's too big and slow, dude. Left back would have to be Daniel Bryan. And in midfield, we'll have Drew McIntyre, Dolph Ziggler, and Dean Ambrose. And up front, we would have Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and go with Hornswoggle. Why not?
Why the hell do you have McIntyre in there?
Because he's British.
Oh, okay. Justifiable enough. Where's
Phillips?
Barrett then?
Yeah, true.
Barrett's too big and clunky. He won't be able to play football.
Barrett's
Dude,
in
you
the
have Ryback
be in the crowd.
there.
Barrett's doing commentary, giving the bad news when they miss a play.
You got Roman Reigns doing something. What are you talking about?
Type in Andy Carroll in Google. You'll see why.
Okay, I'm too lazy.
All right, Brandon,
Maybe later.
if we're going with this, who's going to be put where in Canadian football?
I know Tony knows more about football than I do, ladies and gentlemen, listening to this.
Holy shit, I know more about football than somebody.
Yeah. I have no idea about any sports. I don't really follow any of them. I got kind of an idea about hockey, but nobody really cares about that. And even then, I don't know the positions. I was just going to say, I would just have a team of Roman Reigns and a bunch of his clones just so they could spear the opposition. And maybe throw one guy to, like, catch, like, a long pass to get, like, points from touchdowns or whatever. Yeah, you just need a team of Roman Reigns, and then you win. I think he actually played football, too.
By the way, I think it's really funny that out of all the sports that you said, I know a little bit about. It's hockey, because you're Canadian.
Oh, yeah.
It's so stereotypical.
It is, but yeah, I guess there's probably some Americans who go, they know their fair share about football or baseball too, because you hear about it and everybody acts so passionately about it, and you kind of have to listen to it. And it's like, oh fuck, really? I don't really care about it, but I'll listen to it because you're talking about it.
At the very least, you got to listen to when people get on like the bandwagon. Like I'm in a very bandwagony section. I'm right around Philly, so it's like the super passionate Philadelphia Eagles and Phillies fans and stuff, and they're like, they go crazy, and it's hilarious because whenever they win anything, it's like, yes, they won. Let's flip over this car and let's burn the street down. Like, I love it so much, but at the same time, I hate when for the whole year you just constantly hear posts from people that are like, oh, the Phillies, they fucking suck, they suck, and then they get into like the World Series and they're like, I'm such a big Phillies fan, yay, and like.
You bandwagon.
Right. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there going, wait, the World Series are this week? Like,
yeah. Oh, wait.
I thought that the Lego movie was coming out. Like,
Oh, goodness. The Stanley Cup playoff finals are already. I was not even paying. The season started. What?
Right.
No, hockey was back.
Like, I thought hockey was still in hiatus. Like,
oh, was there a lockout that was supposed to happen? That was like 2 years ago. Oh.
I have no idea.
That's me. That's me with sports.
I knew that one.
All right, next question from Andre Rosa. If you could have a conversation with any deceased person, who would it be and what would you talk about? And my answer is downer from the last one instead of having fun. I would pick my dad because he passed away earlier this year, and that's pretty self-explanatory. Before that gets too sad, I'm going to pass it off to Drew. Who would you pick?
I pass it off to Sean. Give me a second. Let me think.
Oh, cheers, bro. I don't know. I'd probably say my granddad, or my grandma, or Elvis.
Elvis. I was totally not expecting that. My grandparents or Elvis, either one. What would you talk to Elvis about?
His suits, man. Where the fuck did you get them?
Braden, who would you talk to?
Definitely my grandma from my dad's side of the family, because she died when he was still like a very young kid, about 8 years old. So like all the grandchildren now, like me and my brother and all our cousins, we never really got to meet our real grandmother. So it'd have been nice to like at least talk to her, have a few conversations, just get to know who like your whole real family is. Right. A lot of us will never get to have that opportunity now. So she would definitely be number one for me. Of deceased people from my family, especially that I would have at least liked to talk to once.
Drew, got an answer?
Yes, John Lennon.
All right, what would you talk to him about?
I don't know. He just, from what I've been told from my sources, he's a pretty swell guy, pretty cool. Seen some interviews with. Seems like a nice guy to like talk to at least. I think he'd give me some insight on why I'm awesome or something like that.
And why did he bang Yoko?
Yoko Ono.
So I was like, no. It's like, so what could have you done to avoid that bullet, or something like that?
That'd be a great question to ask.
Or you could ask him why he thought. Or you can ask him why he thought. Why do you think Yoko screaming the chorus of "War Is Over," your Christmas song, was a good idea? I can barely hear the choir and you singing with her screeching over the rest of that fucking Christmas song. God damn it! I have to hear that all the time. Thank you, John.
If we're going with Beatles, why don't we, for any deceased person, Paul McCartney, since apparently Paul's dead.
He's been dead since the 70s, apparently.
Right. All right, first question from Awesome Piano Man. What do you think of this theory? Daniel Bryan is going to join the Wyatts, who actually are all going to be faces. The machine that Bray is talking about is the WWE, and they're going to all go against the Authority, which puts Daniel Bryan back in the championship picture. And Kane is actually the leader or not the leader, the insider of the Wyatt family, trying to get all the deep information of the Authority. I think that's a damn good idea for a plot twist, and it's so good and so smart that there's no chance WWE is going to do it. No faith whatsoever that that's what it is. It would be cool, though.
I heard you guys talking about it in the group chat, and I thought you guys were being serious. Like, wait, is this like an actual thing going on? Because I missed the first part of it. So I was like, oh man, that's actually kind of cool. But then now you ruined it for me, Tony.
Yeah, because they're not going to do that. They're going to just keep it simple.
Have some faith in your fellow WWE company.
Are you kidding me? I don't really like giving them props for doing something smart. And if it is something smart, it's because they kind of just struck upon and stumbled upon gold. Oh, make it seem like we have a long-term plan.
Right.
They're buying this, and then they go and fuck it up a month later anyway.
They're like, we'll figure out who tried to blow up McMahon, or who was responsible for McMahon's millions collapsing on him, or who McMahon's son is, or who the Raw general manager is, or...
Literally, Kane became a corporate stooge because they're like, oh yeah, he got captured by the Wyatts, right? Yeah, that was back in August. Nobody's really gonna remember that. You just brought him back and had him save the Miz and then chokeslam him from the Wyatts. Yeah, that was a day ago. Nobody's gonna remember that. Put him with the Authority.
Sean, any thoughts about this theory, Sean?
If it is that theory, but then WWE deserves a clap. If not, give Piano Man a job. And yeah. That's my thought.
And the last question that we have for this week is also sent in from Awesome Piano Man. What are your favorite YouTube channels to tune into outside of your crew, outside of the whole Mega Powers and Smark Out Moment and all that? I like DSP Gaming. I've just followed him for a long while, ever since I came across a Spider-Man video game playthrough that he had done. Epic Mealtime is awesome. Screen Junkies and CinemaSins. Of course, Botchamania. Two other ones that I've recently got into. Did You Know Gaming? And they're pretty cool. And Game Theory is really cool. And I'm not even a big gamer, but they're interesting enough that I still like them. Oh, and How It Should Have Ended. They're always pretty good. Braden, who do you like watching?
I like a fair share of various YouTube channels. I am subscribed to way too many of them. I like a lot of different vloggers, like The Amazing Atheist and Mr. Epsilon, and a fair share of those few other guys. I used to listen to a lot of people who talked wrestling. Of course, the one that I'm, subscribed to that you all know about is this channel that you're listening to right now, Smark Out Moment, Smack Talk. It's, of course, a weekly thing I watch. It goes without saying. As far as other ones, I always, plugs. As Tony mentioned earlier, Botchamania is always something. If you're a wrestling fan, you have to watch that. They're always very, very well done and hilarious. And you better watch them quick because they usually get blocked within about, I don't know, like half hour to an hour of being up. Sometimes you get a day out of them, so watch them quick once they're published on YouTube and even Daily Motion. I also watched this series called Tales of Mere Existence by this cartoonist named Lev. He does these pretty funny, morose, depressive comic videos that I just get a kick out of. I'm subscribed and love a whole bunch of channels. I'd be here all day just boring people, listing off all the people I'm subscribed to and enjoy. So we can move on to Drew or Sean. Who wants to go next on their favorite YouTube channels of content?
I mean, Sean, you have to go.
No, cheers, man. Oh, it's because I'm the people's channel, that's why. My top 5 is Ghost Robo, Team 4-Star, All Sham No Well. I like Mark. Mark is CinemaSins.
Yes.
And Lindsay Sterling. There we go.
Oh, I do like Lindsay Sterling. She's good.
I forgot about
and a couple of mentions: KSI, The Angry Joe Show, The Porn Star for Hire, and
the what? The Porn Star for Hire?
The Porn Star for Hire.
Oh, the Porn Star. Okay.
The Porn. Okay.
I was like, I don't know how they get past all these copyright claims and stuff like that.
And Chugga Conroy.
Shit, I get Fanboys Anonymous taken down because it says movie review, and people are like, it ain't the fucking movie. Yeah, Porn Star review, and
the Porn Star for Hire, man.
Drew, what are your channels?
All right, well, I still watch like CNNers and Hutch mainly because I watched them when I was younger. I'm trying to think. I still do watch Epic Mealtime on occasion. I'm to be honest, I'm subscribed to more of my like 20,000 YouTube accounts than like actual YouTube accounts that actually mean something. So like there's like those two and Epic Mealtime, and then there's one called Andrew Arcade, which is the main reason why I got into the Persona series because of his Let's Play. So those are just a few of my thingamabobbers.
All right, guys, those are your questions that you guys sent in for the monthly mailbag. The next one that we're going to have is sometime in January around the Royal Rumble, but I'm not 100% sure when I'm going to book it yet. We're going to let you know when it gets closer to that. Remember, another thing that you guys can join in on and tell us what your thoughts are is the end of the year awards, which is going to be coming up very, very soon. So that's going to be sort of a monthly mailbag in a way that you can cast your votes for your favorite different stuff that we have. And we're going to start getting into all of the TLC pay-per-view predictions.